ओम वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां ऋषये भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तो पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
नत्वा श्रीभारती तीर्थ
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
विद्यारण्यमुनीश्वरो
अधीमहे पंचदशीम्
अधीमहे पंचदशीम्
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये
कैवल्यपदसिद्धये।
पंचमहाभूत विवेक प्रकरणम श्लोक नंबर 36। सदासीदिति शब्दार्थ भेदे वैगुण्यमापतेत्
सदासीदिति शब्दार्थ भेदे वैगुण्यमापतेत्।
अभेदे पुनरुक्ते स्यान्नैवं लोके तथेक्षणात्।
अभेदे पुनरुक्ते स्यान्नैवं लोके तथेक्षणात्।
कर्तव्यं कुरुते वाक्यं ब्रूते धार्यस्य धारणम्।
कर्तव्यं कुरुते वाक्यं ब्रूते धार्यस्य धारणम्।
इत्यादि वासनाविष्टं प्रत्यासीत् सदितीरणम्।
इत्यादि वासनाविष्टं प्रत्यासीत् सदीतरणम्।
just to summarize, a quick summary. We have been seeing the paksha of the Madhyamika, who is very intent on dismissing, establishing, is intent on proving Shunyam eva asit. The Vakya Sadeva Somi Idamagra asit ekameva dvitiyam. That Vakyam is the topic of the entire Prakaranam. Not Tatu Sat Shunyam iti. Then we asked, Shunyam asit iti Bhavan vadati. Targi etat vadatu sadyogam va sadatmatam. You cannot answer. Sadatmata means Shunyam Sateva. Sadyogam means then that Sadyogam. How can Satyogam Asata Sadrupena Katam Asid Sadatmatam na yujyate. Tadvat Sadyogam associated with Sat. That also not possible. Sat is existence. So non-existence having Sambandha, Satta Chatege Sambandha Katam Bhavati Na Bhavati. So both ways is thought. Sadyoga means having associated with Sat. What Shunya? For that we give an Drishtanta also. Yukta Tamasa. Tamasa Yuktaha Suryaha. Tamomaya Suryaha. Tana Bhavati Tadvat. How can Shunyam have association with Sat? Non-existence having association with Sat. That is dismissed. Then he said, Vyeda Deheta Namarupe Maya Brahmani Sati Suvikalpite Tadvat. Then what Shunya you are telling is, it's not a problem for us, may you live long, because Shunya is also Namarupa. One more Namarupa we can accommodate. All the Namarupas are accommodated on the Sadvastu, Brahma. All are Kalpita. Shunyam also Namarupa, if you say, then no problem. We can accept that also. In fact, you are belong to our Matha. So therefore, but they will not accept. So that also dismissed. Then Sataha api namarupe dve kalpiteta tadvat. Tadvat he said. Okay, your Sat Brahma. Because Brahma is also Namarupa. Sadvastu also Namarupa. Sadvastu also is Namarupa. It is Kalpitam. Sat is a Nama and it is a Rupa. Okay, if you say Sat is a Namarupa, then Sat, we say, the Sat will have Adhisthana. Brahma is also Kalpitam. Then it must have Adhisthana. The entire Jagat is Kalpita on Sat, Brahma. Therefore, we say Sat is the Adhisthana. If you say Sataha Namarupe Kalpite, then we will say that Satta also must have another Adhisthana. So we don't have problem. We'll say that which is Adhara, or that which on which the Namarupa is Kalpita, that is what is Sat. So, therefore, Niradhishtanaha Sat, Niradhishtanaha Putra api Niradhishtanaha, this Kalpana, Putra api navartate. So without Adhisthana, without Adhara, there is no Kalpana possible. So if Brahma is Nama Rupa, Kalpita, then it also must have Adhisthana. We can call that it's a Mahabrahma, Mahasat. Ultimately, what is Adhara Adhisthana? That is Satyeva. That is what we say. So therefore, because we said Shunya se Nama Rupe, then Shunya se Nama Rupe, if you say Yata Yeda Nama Rupe Maya Kalpita Brahma, that was the Shunya se Nama Rupe, then we say you belong to our mata. You are saying what we are saying, we said. Therefore, just to contradict that, if you say Shunya Nama Rupa, then I will say Sat also Nama Rupa. Then no problem. If Sat also Nama Rupa, if you say, then that Sat also must have Adhishthanam. What is Adhishthanam? That is Sat. Because anything which is Kalpita, which is imagined to be, that must have Adhisthana. Ita Rajjo Sarpa, Sarpaha, Sarpa Kalpana. Rajju must be there, rope must be there for the snake to take perception. Therefore, because Niradhishtanaha, without Adhisthana, Brahmaha, कुत्रापि न ईक्ष्यते तो क्वचित् न ईक्ष्यते. So therefore अधिष्ठान रहितः ब्रह्मः आरोपः क्वचित् कुत्रचित् न दृश्यते ईक्ष्यते दृश्यते. That we said. Then he said सत् आसीत्, existence existed, सदैव सर्वम् इदम् अग्र आसीत्. So सत् आसीत्, the सत् is existence, that is padam, nama padam. Asit kriya padam. Existence existed. When two words are used, it is understood that they must have different meaning. So that itself proves, Shunyavadi says, Sat Asit, Punarakti dosha also. If two words, since two words mean the same thing, therefore Shabdartha Bhede. If there is a difference in Shabdartha, the Vaigunyam apatet. Vaigunyam is Virodaha apatet. So it is Dvaitam eva. If it is not if it's not Beda, if it is Abede, Sat Asit is Punarukti dosha. It is Punarukti dosha. So it results in dosha, defect. No, it's not like that. We say na evam, because loke tata drishyate ikshanat, tata darshanat ikshanat. Like what? Kartavyam kurute, we say kartavyam karma kuru. Karma is action. Kuru also do karma kuru. In Gita we see karma kuru iti. So kartavyam kuru. So kartavyam kuru te kurute. Kartavyam kurute iti vakyam. Kartavyam kurute is kartavyam to be done, action. Action to be done. Action is also act, that is kru, dhatu. Kartavyam. Kurute also kru. Loke drishyate. Tadvata dharyasya dharanam. Loke drishyate. The Shruti uses, because the Shishya has a samskara. That Lokika, the samsara is a Lokika Vakya Prayogena. Yaga samskaraha jayate. So that samskara, because of samskara, tadudishya. The Shruti uses such words. So therefore there is no dosha in that. Therefore sad asit iti asmin punarukti dosha na bhavati. In keeping with the words, in keeping with the language, the shishya, the student can understand, the Shruti uses. So kartavyam kurte, then in the Lokika we use, that also must be faulty. But we don't say it has a punarukti dosha and all. Therefore, in the Lokika, how it is accepted. Similarly, it is just a prayoga. So Therefore, the orientation, with what orientation a person has, with that orientation, that language, that expression has to be used to convey the tatparya, the meaning. So therefore, all these statements are famous. This is only two examples. There are many like that. Yadipi padadvaye varteta tattapi tatrapi atra purariti doshah nasti. Samanartah yadipi vartate tatrapi purariti doshah nasti. किमर्थं लोके प्रसिद्ध प्रयोगः. Therefore, in order to understand easily, you don't have to struggle to understand the words of the Shastra. Otherwise, you require a different language, different thing. That will be difficult. So therefore, tena uddishya vasanaavishtam shishyam prati uddishya asititi iranam katanam by the Shastra. Shastrasya katanam शिष्यं प्रति उद्दिश्य तेन विशिष्टम इत्यादि वासनाविष्टम विष्टम प्रति इत्यादि वासनाविष्टम शिष्यं प्रति उद्दिश्य सत् आसीत् इति ईरणं शास्त्रस्य कथनं भवति इति. Up to this we have seen. The next shloka we have to start from there. An important shloka this. Let us read. कालाभावे पुरे युक्ति कालवासनया युद्धम्.
कालाभावे पुरे कालवासनया युतम्.
शिष्यं प्रत्येव तेनात्र द्वितीयं न हि शङ्क्यते.
शिष्यं प्रत्येव तेनातीयं न हि शङ्क्यते.
All these shlokas have to be read again and thought of. Manana shloka. The statements of the Vakya are important, and Sadeva Somya Damagra Asit. One Vakya, it's complete. Satyeva Asit, Ekameva Advityam. It is over. That is what the content of the Jnana Kanda of the Veda. If that Vakya is understood, Shastra is understood. If that Vakya is clearly understood what it is. The entire Shastra, the different Shastra, different Upanishads. Sat eva asik, ekameva dvitiyam, that's what it says. To arrive at this knowledge, whatever required for a person, the pakvata, the maturity, the mind also has to become sukshma, to be matured. And able to appreciate the teaching and accept, and the mind has to be made prepared, shuddhi, takana shuddhi. So ultimately, to understand this state, assimilate this jnana. So, therefore, this vakya, that's why this vakya is taken. Otherwise, why this vakya? And also this vakya, analyzing this vakya, the contentions of other philosophers. Yeah, that also can be taken, and it is more appropriate now because we may not have other the opponents like those who were there before, but now there are atheists. There is believing Shastram. That is a big thing. Shraddha is required. Only those who have some punya, they can only really accept Shastram as a pramanam and study Shastram. It requires a lot of punya. It is not easy. It is far away from the common people, not because it is kept away. It is open. It's open and still not able to reach because of the unpreparedness, because of one's own the 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 karma or samskara, whatever it is, not readiness, the unpreparedness. To accept Shastram as a pramanam, that the Shraddha Astikya Buddhi is not easy. Ishvara Anugraha Deva, Ishvara Anugraha, that is a factor, that is required. Ishvara Anugraha Deva, that's why I said once it's karma. To come to arrive at Shastram, to come to Shastram also requires Ishvara Anugraha Deva Pumsam Advaita Vasana. So, therefore, the statement is much more important and relevant for discussion. The modern science and other, they are trying to find out what is the source, what is the cause of this Srishti, the word. Satyeva Asi, Shastram says Satyeva, it is Brahmayeva. Whatever you say, I mean, how much ever you explore and find new universe, parallel universe, what everything is, it is nothing but Sat. All these are Kalpita. Jagat includes everything. Everything is Kalpita on this Brahma. Brahma Eva Sat. Ekam, Advitiyam, Sat. So what is there is only Ishvara, Brahma Eva. That resolves all the differences. That dismisses the seeming differences brought about by the names and the forms. What you see is just a name and form. It doesn't really exist. It all amounts, finally, it dissolves into Sat Eva, that which cannot be resolved. So Sat Eva Asit. Now here, the Vakya, anybody say reading this Vakyam, naturally we'll have a doubt. That is what here, that is why this section, Vidyaranya Muni, takes everything, every word, not just for granted, every word takes and why it is said, analyzed. So that those who approach a Shastram with the questioning buddhi, the intellect will get satisfied. Should get at least in the beginning to start with relatively satisfied with the question. Then only Shraddha will come. This is for those who enter into Shastram, and for those who are already into the Shastram, studying the Shastram, for that this serves as a Mananam. Shavanam be done, or is being done. Then Maranam removes all the doubts, samshaya, so that jnanam becomes samshaya ragita jnanam, dridam, tadartam eva. Such discussions. Now here, Sat Asit. Shruti uses the words, as we saw before. Shruti uses the words which we use in our Vyavahara. The words what we use in our Vyavahara, they are limited. They are limited. The words what we use in Vyavahara, the words that have it is subject to limitation. It falls one of the 7 vibhakti or 6 karaka. Kriya will be there. If sentence definitely must have a kriya. Kriya implies the karakas. So karaka implies 6 karakas are there, and if it is expressed through the vibhakti, then it must 7 vibhakti. So therefore the 7 vibhakti, the words, the prepositions. So this is what we use in our transactory word. When you want to explore a thing and an object, we use words which we understand. Suppose if we say eternal, what is eternal? Eternal do we have any perception of the object or a thing which is eternal? Which is eternal. Eternal is a word. Eternal is a word that also, since we use in a Vyavahara, but interesting, this eternal, supreme. In the Vyavahara, there is what is eternal. There is something relative eternal and eternally eternal. Eternal is not Vyavahara, but still we use the word eternal. So it is not that the words what we use in the Vyavahara are all limited. Sometimes the words refer to something which is above Vyavahara. We say it's an eternal pain, means that it's a long-lasting pain. That is relative eternal. Something which is eternally eternal, which is there forever. Even sun also, it is not eternal, it has its time period. Relatively, it can say eternally eternal. But there is something which is eternally eternal. Eternally eternal, the words are Vyavahara, but it refers to something which is not in the Vyavahara. In fact, on which the Vyavahara as Adhishthana, as Ashraya. So, it's like, therefore, that is what is Sat is. That is what is Brahma is. A little analysis into that, we understand. A Vyavahara happens. A pot exists. It implies a clay. So, pot existing, the existence of pot implies the existence of clay. Therefore, clay is the Adhara Adhishthana. It exists in spite of the pot. If pot is destroyed, the clay exists. So it is eternal. From the standpoint of the pot, it is eternal. The clay cannot undergo destruction. It is there, eternal. Similarly, for the Jagat, whatever we objectify, it is Jagat. It is subject to change because it is Jagat, Drishyatvat. We can give many hetu to say why Jagat is subject to change, subject to destruction. It has its because it undergoes changes, therefore it is subject to limitation. That limitation, that the existence of Jagat, that's limited Jagat, implies the non-changing Adhisthana. The change must happen in a changeless Adhisthana. That changeless cannot undergo change. If changeless also undergoes change, then the changing Jagat will not be available for our perception. That Vyavahara itself is not possible. Waking world will not be possible. The waking world, there will be chaos, confusion. With a little logical thinking, we can, in spite of being in the Vyavahara, we can understand there must be a changeless. Then how to refer to that changeless with the words what we employ in Vyavahara? Difficult, but a Shruti also has to use that because the Shishya who approaches Shastram with Shraddha already oriented with such words, already has got samskara. Therefore, Shruti has to use, and you cannot use words in the Advaita, words of the Advaita. There is no, you cannot use in Advaita. There are no words. There is no word. There is no differences. There is no teacher. There is no student. There is no Jagat. In Advaita, just only Purna Maunam, only silence. Shastram, Shruti is there. It means teaching is there. Teaching implies words. Words imply that is Dvaita. The teaching is only in the Dvaita Prapancha, not in the Advaita Prapancha. Advaita Prapancha, who will teach to whom? And what to teach? The teacher taught the student doesn't exist. They resolve. This is Advaita. Teaching is only in the Dvaita. And therefore, Bhasha also Dvaita Bhasha. Eva. So, therefore, all these limitations are there. So, therefore, here in this shloka, it says, Kala Abhave. When Kalam, time is not there. Kala Abhave. Pura iti uktihi. Shastram says, see, Sat eva asit. When Pura, before Srishti, time is also created. Time is also a created. Time then implies space. Srishte. Srishte Pura iti uktihi. It is contradiction. Srishte Prak means you are talking about the time when time doesn't exist, has not come to existence. So using a word, Pura is time. So you are referring to the time when time is not there. No, it is not like that. We are using the word Pura because we talk, this teaching happens in time. So that the time is there, not there before, but time has not come before the Srishti. There is a time. That's what is Pura Pakshi also asks. How can you say Pura when time itself is not there? Kala Abhave. Kalasya Abhave. Kala Abhave. Pura Uktihi. Katam. Absence of time. Then you said you are referring to that as Pura. For that we say because Shishyam Prati. Shishyam Uddishya. Atra Upadeshah asti. Therefore, Tena Atra. This is being taught to a student who comes with samskara, who lives in time. He has got kala vasanaya yutam. He is endowed with the samskara of time, past, present, future. So and he has got the samskara that must be a karanam must precede the karyam. So Jagat means this is srishtam, this is created. Because it is created, there must be the karanam. So karana karya. Karanam, karya comes in time. Therefore, karanam also, with reference to karya, karanam must be pura. This is the vasana of the shishya. Shruti teaches to the student, such a student who comes with vasana. Therefore, it has to use pura. So therefore, because we use pura, therefore, we should not think atra dvitiyam na shankete. It doesn't imply the existence of duality. Dvitiyam na shankete. Dvitiyam will come, Dvaita will come only when Srishti has come, when there is Srishti, because the object only subject to time, the object is only subject to limitation, time-wise limitation, space-wise limitation, and object-wise limitation. Pura, what was there? There is no time, there is no space, and there is no object. Nothing exists. Nothing means not shunyam. Is what exists, what the Jagat we perceive now, it doesn't exist. That is what nothing means. That is where the Shunya did the mistake. Nothing exists, he took it really. Nothing is a referential word. The Jagat, what is perceived now, did not exist. Nothing exists, we say. Nothing is a referential word, not an absolute word. Which is why this the word what we use must be careful. Nothing exists before we say what nothing we have to refer. It is a referential word. The Jagat, what we perceive, the samskara is so strong. So when if Jagat exists, we say something exists. If Jagat doesn't exist, then nothing exists. So nothing is it's a referential word. With reference to Jagat, it is used. Nothing exists. Not that Shunyam exists. And this Shishya who is endowed with this Kalavasana, how will you teach? Therefore, Kalavasanaya Yutam Shishyam Tena Prati, this Pura, the word the Shastra uses, it is justifiable. Therefore, here one should not doubt. So it is, therefore, here there is Atra Dvitiyam na shankate, but Shastra uses. What Shastra uses is, it's fine. That is, one should not try to find defect in the every word of the Shastra. Keeping in mind the mind of the listener, the person, the Shastra employs such words. Therefore, it is proper only. So kala abhave, kalasya abhavaha, kala abhave pura iti uktihi. Advitiye sadvastuni kalasya abhavat. Ayam prayokatam iti pritchet. Samadhanam शिष्यः कालवासनया युक्तः अतः सद्वस्तु जगत्कारणं जगत् इस् कार्यं कारणं पूर्वम् आसीत् पश्चात् कार्यम् आसीत् इति the teaching iti the shastra that teaches the student who is endowed with the kalavasana. Therefore atah atra sadvastunah dvitiyam kalarupam asti iti na shankite shanka na karaniyah iti. This is the meaning. Nanu advitiya vastuni bhutakala bhavat, because pura asit, therefore bhutakala. Agre asit iti uktihi. Iti uktihi anupapanna. Iti ashankya aha. Vastu is advitiya vastu. It is advitiya vastu. Katam kala bhavaha vartate. Kalasya abhavaha eva. Bhutakala bhavat. Because of the absence of the bhutakala past tense. Because vastu is advitiya vastu. Advitiya vastuni kalasya abhavat. Bhutakala abhavat. Agre asid iti uktihi. Saying. Uktihi is katanam. Saying it is not tenable. Iti ashankya, if it is doubted. Therefore, the author says, Kala iti, nanu jagat utpattehe pura, jagat avavena, satvitiyatvam brahmana iti ashankya, shruti pravrittehe, dvaitavasana vishta shrotra pratibodhanartatvat, na atishankaniyam iti yaha, tena iti. Jagat utpattehe, before the srishti of the jagat, pura, jagat abhavena, jagat did not exist. Utpattehe pra did not exist. Therefore, time. Therefore, sadvitiyatvam, sat dvitiyatvam, brahmana iti ashankya, shruti pravrittehe, shruti pravrittehe, dvaitavasana vishta shrotra buddhi pratibodhanartatvat, pratibodhanam, teaching, shishyasya bodhanam. In order to make the bodhanartha, understand the bodha, the teaching, make the student, the shotra, the listener, who is endowed with vasana. What vasana? Dvaita vasana vishtaha. Vasanaya avishtaha. Vasana vishtaha. Dvaita vasanaya avishtaha. The shotru, that is the student, is buddhi. In order to make him understand the teaching, Shruti pravrittehe, who has ventured into Shruti, approach Shruti pravrittehe. Therefore, sat dvitiyatvam brahmanaha. That is the objection, right? And it is answered. Iti ashankya. So pura and paschat. Paschat is jagat karyam, pura is karanam, sat. So dvitiyatvam, therefore Brahma is dvitiya. It is dvitiyam. It is not advitiyam vastu. Dvitiyam vastu iti. One may doubt, but why the word pura is used? Because in keeping with the orientation of the listener, the shishya, who has entered into Shruti, was ventured into study of the Shastram. Therefore, make him understand only the Shruti uses such words. Therefore, here we should not, na atishankaniya, we should not stretch our doubts too much. with regard to the prayoga of the words words by the Shastra. Itiyaha tena iti. So in keeping in mind the listener, the Shishya, only the Shruti uses. There is no other intention. Therefore, Atishankaniyam na karaniyaha. Atishankaniyaha na karaniyaha. So one should not doubt iti. The next shloka number 39. Shodyam va pariharo va kriyatam dvaita bhashaya.
Chodhyam va pariharo va kriyatam dvaitam dvaita
Advaita bhashaya chodyam nasti napi taduttaram.
Advaita
Advaita
bhashaya
bhashaya
chodyam
chodyam
nasti
nasti nasti taduttaram.
Shruti uses the shabda, the words, the bhasha, the language, what we use in our vyavahara. The words of vyavahara are limited. So with the limited words, the unlimited, the limitless, the vastu, the Shruti reveals. Therefore, naturally, there will be difficulty in understanding the words of the Shastra. That is why it is required to be taught, interpreted, that's like Bhashyam, Tika, etc. The student has Dvaita Samskara. Born with Dvaita Buddhi, and the Dvaita Samskara only increases. Suddenly from somewhere this Advaita Samskara will not come. Day in, day out, it is that Vyavahara is Dvaita Samskara. Now when Advaitam is pointed out, and naturally the student, the Shishya who is well familiar, who has got a samskara of this Dvaita Prapancha, therefore he will raise question about Advaitam. When Advaitam is taught, he will question Advaitam. So the question is possible only in the Dvaita Prapancha. The question implies Dvaita Bhasha, the language which is Dvaita. In Advaitam, there is no question. There is Prashna. There is no Prashna Karanam, there is no Uttaram also. Chodyam. Chodyam is Prashna. asking questions. Prashna Karanam Nasti. Parigaraha api, Uttaram api. So Chodyam Parigaraha Dvaita Bhashaya Kriyatha. It is Vyavahara Vishaya. It is using the language of the words of the Dvaita Prapancha. Questions are asked and answers are given. In Advaita, there is no question. Questioner itself is not there. Then where is the question? There is no Shishya, there is no Guru. So therefore, it is Advaitam. So we question, we raise question, we ask question only the Dvaita Prapancha to understand the Advaitam. So therefore, we question Advaitam based on our understanding of Dvaita. Therefore, we have to use words to understand this Advaita, which is the teaching of the Shastra. So therefore the language will be Dvaita Bhasha. The understanding is Advaita. With Advaita Bhasha, Advaita Bhasha, Chodyam Nasti, Napi, Taduttaram. Advaita Bhasha, in Advaitam Brahma, where is the Chodyam, where is the Uttaram? So therefore, this Advitiyam Sadvastu, the Advitiyam Sadvastu, it is not Vyavahara Vishaya. It is not Vyavahara Vishaya. It is Shastriya Vishaya. Therefore, Shastra uses the Prayoga, the usage, uses the words Shabda Prayoga, and the Shabdas what we uses in keeping with the orientation of the Shishya to point out the Advaita. So the limitations would be there. In spite of the limitation, the Shastra teaches. So that the teaching happens in the Dvaita Prapancha only. Therefore, Dvaita Bhasha. The teaching doesn't happen at the Dvaita level. Dvaita level, where is Chodyam, where is Parigaraha. So Dvaita Bhashaya Kriyata. So therefore, Shruti even talks about the Srishti, Pura. Pura means, Pura is before. Shruti, it cannot talk about time whether it was in the past, because when we say Advaita, that is time. Shruti wants to negate time. Time also is creator. Sat Asit. So before creation, Sat was. That is time. Time also created. Time was not there. Then how to say that? You have to use Dvaita Bhasha only. You have to use, you can employ the words which is in time. Because Shruti talks now here in the Dvaita Prapancha, where time is there. Pura time is not there. Therefore, Pura. So to denote the absence of time, time, Pura, seems to be contradictory, but it to be understood. So because time itself is created, it's a product that can be used. That can be used in time within Jagat. Pura is referential. The reference to this Jagat. Pura, there is no time. We think this time is now present. Then Bhuta, all everything is Bhuta Kala. So Srishtehe Prak is all Bhuta. But it is not like that. Time itself is a product. So that is so. But Shruti has to use the word which is in time. Otherwise, how to communicate? So Pura means implies time. Therefore, time is there before Srishti. We cannot say. Shruti you has to negate the Sagunam in order to reveal, unfold Nirgunam. So therefore, it teaches to the student who is in the Dvaita world, Dvaita Prapancha. So to say that there is no guna in Advaita, Shruti has to use the word guna. See, gunam nasti, nirgunam brahma. Nirgunam, the word has got guna. So you have to use the word guna in order to tell nirgunam. So the understanding of the guna precedes to understand the nirguna. So guna, the word, is used to be used. Otherwise, how to convey nirgunam? So to say that there is no guna in Advaita, therefore the word guna is used. So guna means it is nirgunam brahma. It is nirgunam brahma. Kala, guna, all these things, they are used not to retain them. It has to be dropped in the unfoldment, in the teaching. All these things they are just swallowed. The resolve. Therefore, we cannot ask, how can you say kala, guna, etc. So therefore, even though Brahma doesn't have guna, Brahma is nirguna, Advitiyam nirgunam Brahma, you have to use the word guna. Because the teaching takes place in Vyavahara. That the duality is a Dvaitam is there. Shishya is there, Guru is there. The whole teaching takes place in Dvaitam only. The transaction is through the transaction between the teacher and the student in terms of the words are from the Dvaita, Prapancha, Dvaita Bhasha are employed. So therefore only neti, neti, dismissal, everything. Na iti, na iti. Na iti, what you dismiss? Not in the Advaita Prapancha. You dismiss in the Advaita Prapancha, not this, not this. Otherwise, there is no way of communication. Then only just simply have to communicate only through silence. By silence, you cannot communicate. Maunam vyakya prakatita parabrahmatattvam yivanam. There it is. That maunam is not really silence. That silence is really more sound. That silence, it is not silence. That is the Chin Mudra Dakshinamurti shows. That is the teaching. Chin Mudra. What is there is Jiveshwara. What is there is Brahma. That Jiveshwara Aikyam Brahma is what is pointed out to the Chin Mudra. Therefore, it is not really silent because through silence we cannot communicate. Buddha was silent, and there it led to so many subdivisions within the school of Buddhism. So therefore, silence is not the way to communicate. Through silence we cannot communicate, and communication is not possible without using the words what we employ in the Dvaita Prapancha. Therefore, Shruti uses the words temporarily, the words, the Dvaita words. The words, it picks up from the Dvaita Prapancha to unfold Advaita. Therefore, the author says, Chodyam va pariharoha. Chodyam is question. Any question or answer. It always in the language of duality only. Dvaita Bhasha eva. Dvaita Bhashaya eva. So, an all question and answer. They exist in Dvaita language. And what about Brahma? Brahma is Advitiyam, Avyayam, Nirgunam. So but language is required to communicate the Brahma. Therefore, to communicate Brahma, since language has to be used, then only teaching happens. It is Shabda. Shabda only produces knowledge. Therefore, Dvaita Bhasha. When Dvaita means the limitation walks in. So using the limited words, the Brahma which is not subject to any limitation is communicated. The word what we use, Brahma and Atma, Atman, as word they undergo change. Brahman, Nakaranta, Napumsakalinga Shabda, subject to declension. Brahma, Brahmani, Brahmani. But Brahma doesn't undergo any change. Sat Brahma. The word, what we use, the Dvaita, Prapancha, Dvaita Bhasha, the word undergoes changes, declension. So just we add, we get the different Vibhakti and Vachana Rupam, Vachanani. Similarly, Atman. How many Atmas are there? Atma, Atmano, Atmanaha. Atmanaha, many Atmas, plural. That is in the language. Even though Atma can mean other than Sachidananda Atma, but Atma, when it refers to Sat Brahma, Atma, the declensions are there, available in the language. And they have gender noun also. Atman is Pullinga, Brahma is Napumsakalinga, Sachit Ananda Brahma is Napumsakalinga. So therefore, all these are there in the language of duality. Dvaita Bhashaya Kriyatam. Question and answer are Kriyatam. Chodyam va Pariharo va Kriyatam. Dvaita Bhashaya. Advaita Bhashaya. Tatra Chodyam Nasti. Uttaramapi Nasti. When the questioner is not there, there is no question. Chodyam Nasti. So the questioner is the question. Suppose the questioner is non-dual Brahma, Advitiyam Brahma. The questioner himself was swallowed in this Advitiyam Brahma. The questioner is false. Questioner is not there. Question also doesn't exist. In the wake of knowledge, where is question? In the Advitiya Brahma, when you wake up to this knowledge, where is the questioner? There is no individuality. Then where is question? And to whom you will ask question? That also gone. The teacher also not there. Therefore, Advaita Bhashaya Chodyam Nasti. Uttaram api Nasti. When Chodyam is not there, where is Uttaram? Napi Uttaram. So all that is there is only. So all these words, what the Shastram employ, Sadeva Samvedamagra, as the Shastram uses, it's only from the standpoint of duality. That's why Vichara is required to understand what it is. So all these limitations, the limited understandings because of the limited words, they are lead to this understanding of Brahma wrongly. Therefore, only it has to be interpreted. Every word has to be interpreted for correct understanding of this Advityam Brahma. All these words helplessly used by the Shastram also to arrive at the understanding of the Advityam Brahma. The understanding of Advityam Brahma in the Dvaita. Understanding in the using the Dvaita Shabda in the Dvaita Prapancha. This understanding is required only for those for whom this Dvaita is real. It's a reality. Not for those who not in the Advaita Prapancha, Advaita world, Advaita realm. Such teaching or understanding is not required. Only indeed at the level of Dvaita, only, therefore these words are employed, and the words with the limitations are employed, and the limitations have to be understood. Therefore, so all the misconceptions that are there with the words, they have to be negated. Where it is negated, only in Vyavahara it is negated to arrive at the meaning of the Tatparyam of the Shastram. So therefore, it is all Vyavaharika. In Paramarthika, it is not required. In fact, the Saguna is Vyavaharika. The Vyavaharika, then Saguna, the Saguna is negated. Where? The Saguna is negated in Vyavahara only. The Saguna is negated in Vyavahara. So Nirguna itself is to arrive at Nirgunam. Where do you arrive at Nirgunam Brahma? Using the words of Vyavahara. In Vyavahara, you arrive at Nirgunam by dismissing the Sagunam. And the Nirgunam, in Nirgunam, you cannot arrive at Nirgunam because it's in Nirgunam. In Vyavaharam only, there is Sagunam, Nirgunam. From the standpoint of the Brahma Vastu, where is Nirgunam? Nirgunam itself is not there. Guna itself is not there. And how can you use the word Nirgunam at the level of Advaita? There is Advitiya Vastu, Sat Eva. Second thing doesn't exist. And how can we say Nirgunam? Nirgunam also is Vyavaharika only. In Vyavaharam only we use all these words. Because there is a notion of Sagunam, therefore we have to say Nirgunam. So Vyavaharika Saguna and Vyavaharika Nirguna. Vyavaharika Saguna is dismissed and arrive at Vyavaharika Nirguna. That also is dismissed because in Advaita there is no guna at all. Then where is Nirguna? So therefore, Nirgunam also dismissed. So therefore, there you cannot speak, it is speechless. That is why it is Yatovajo Nivartante. Brahma is neither Karta nor Bhokta. Karta Bhokta are Dvaita Bhasha. Atma is Akarta. Does Atma becomes Akarta? No, Atma is always Akarta. Atma, Akartra Atma is taken to be Karta. That is what samsara is. Now, this Karta, Akarta, they are Dvaita Bhasha. In the Advaita, at the Advaita level, where is Karta? The Akarta also you cannot use. Where is Karta? Karta itself is not there. Karta not there. Therefore, Akarta we cannot use. Karta itself is not there, then only you can use the nunge of Karta, Akarta, Abhokta. When there is no Karta, how can you say Brahma, Atma is Akarta? All these are Vyavaharika. Akartra Atma, Abhoktra Atma. Because we have the notion of Kartrutvam, therefore the teaching Atma Akarta iti. Where? At the Dvaita level. Therefore, Atma as Akarta is not at the Advaita level. It is at Dvaita level. Therefore, when we say Atma, Brahma, Akarta, Karta, the word is used to dismiss the Kartrutvam which is superimposed on Atma. Therefore, all these words, the second chapter we saw Atma is Satyam, Atma is Nityaha, Nirgunam, Nishkriyam, Avikriyaha. All these words are used to negate the Vyavaharika Dvaita. Where? In Vyavaharika. In the Advitiyam Brahma, there is no word. It is Avyavaharikam. It is not available for Vyavahara. Advaita is not available for Vyavahara. It is Avyavaharikam. It is there, it is just being. Brahma is just being. So therefore, no Vyavahara. Neither karma Vyavahara, nor Jnanam also. Where is Jnanam there? The Jnana Vyavahara also only in the Dvaita Prapancha only. So therefore, in the Advaita, it is just Brahma, being Brahma. That is why Ramana Maharshi did not answer it when the questions are asked. Because he is in a Advaita level. So to come down to this level and answer, the words have to be employed. And the words definitely will be misconstrued by the listener unless he is exposed to Shastra. Most of the time he counters the listener by asking another question. But the Sampradaya answers. But when you approach the Sampradaya, the Acharya, he has answers for all the questions. Because Shastra addresses. So therefore, whatever we talk of Brahma, it is all Dvaita level. That Dvaita level, there is no Chodyam, there is no Uttaram, Pinasti. Suppose if it is available for questioning and answering, then it becomes one of the object. It becomes one of, that is why, since it cannot be revealed by, therefore we take the implied meaning of the words of the Shruti. Lakshana vritti we take. Bhagatyaha lakshana. When we read a sentence, the sentence convey two types of meaning. One is Mukhyata, other one is secondary. Lakshana vritti. We employ Bhagatyaha lakshana to understand the words of the Shruti, negating that which is just superimposed to arrive at the Tattvam. Bhagatyaha lakshanaya. Aham Brahma asmi. What is Aham? Vichara. Brahma, Tatpada Vichara. Asi, Aikya, Vichara. The equation, Aham Brahma asmi, this equation is Aikyam. We don't take the primary meaning. We do the Vichara, Bhagatyaha Vichara, and understand to negate the wrong notions. What we have regard to ourselves, the Atma. So therefore, all these notions, wrong notions which are there in the Vyavahara, removed by using the words of the Vyavahara. Therefore, Shruti uses the words of the Vyavahara. So this has to go on till we understand the Advitiyam Brahma, where there is no question, there is no questioner, there is no answerer, there is no question, there is no answer. Unless you know that to be you just remain speechless. Ito vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. Words fail to reveal Brahma. The Shruti itself says the words fail to Brahma. At the same time, words are used. Words are used to dismiss the understanding what we have with regard to Brahma using the words what we employ in the Vyavahara. That is, therefore, only we don't take the direct meaning of the word, we take the implied meaning. So that's why this shloka is important. Idanim Siddhanta Ragasyam Maha. This is a secret. What is Siddhanta Ragasyam? Chodyamiti. Vyavahara Dashayam Chodyadi Kartavyam. Paramatataha tu Advaitameva Tattvam. Paramatataha Advaitameva Tattvam Tatra Chodyam Nasti Napi Uttaram. Only in the Vyavahara there are Chodyadi Kartavyam. Shishya also will be a Shishya only as long as he is ignorant. Once he knows that Aham Brahma, then the Shishyatvam also stands dismissed. Gurutvam also. Guru also playing the role. It's all role playing. All the roles are swallowed in the knowledge of Brahma. Therefore, there are no words. No words exist. There is no transactory words. There is no sign language. Nothing. Just being. Dharma. We'll stop here. We'll continue in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. धन्यवाद.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
धन्यवाद जी.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.
धन्यवाद शरण जी.
धन्यवाद.